hard to spot.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hello and Happy New Year. We're here at 2023.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Welcome everybody to 2023. I'm Jim and there's Todd.
And here's our wonderful producer, Lisa Gray, in her VIP suites.
2023. That's stunning.
Stunning, we made it this far? We haven't canceled yet?
And it's show 136, I've been told.
136.
Yeah. Now,
Wow.
Are we supposed to be able to fly in our cars like in the Jetsons yet? Or what year was that supposed to be?
They predicted that 30 years ago, and the prediction did not come to fruition.
Was it that long ago? I know Back to the Future, when they go into the future, it's the 80s, so it's 2020 something. It's like 2021 or whatever that they're supposed to be when they go 50 years in the future and all that wacky stuff is going on. So I don't know. I'm disappointed is all I'm saying.
Well, thanks for starting us out on a high note there,
Yeah,
Lisa.
okay.
Appreciate that. So life is pretty crappy apparently. But join us today. We have a wonderful show on the Take a Listing Today podcast, the podcast designed to give you the information you need to take a listing today. And today's topic, how to use the industry shift to work on your long game.
This is a strong one right now because, as you know, there is a shift in the industry and a lot of your competition is getting out, and those that stay need to beef up what we're going to talk about today. So you get the listings, you get the referrals, and you dominate your market.
Leaving and also frozen. You know, it's funny. It's an eerie similarity to the feeling of when the pandemic first started in this country and they were doing lockdowns and all that was happening. You could feel agents just frozen.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, a certain percentage of them started thawing, quick thinking, quick acting, and said, I'm going to get creative and I'm going to get things rocking and rolling again, because here's the reality.
Right.
People always need to buy and people always need to sell. And we don't stop living our lives. No matter what's going on, we live through it. So
I love that. Our newest market dominator member from last week said not exactly, right? Otherwise, she would have been you. But in essence,
if only.
She could be sitting in that seat.
If only. Yeah. She went to a different college, though. She got out of the snow. And no, but you know what she said? We had an open conversation just like this, and she goes, exactly. I know there's uncertainty in what the Fed's going to do. This afternoon's another Fed meeting. She said exactly what you said. She goes, I'm going to let my job's to go out and help people list and sell. I'm not in charge of the prices or anything. So I'm going to get up in every single day, and my competition is frozen. And they're starting to get out, by the way. So it's very interesting.
Right. Listen, if people were buying and selling homes in the early days of COVID, I mean, we're talking April, May, June.
Right.
Why would they stop now?
Right.
You know, why would you be frozen and afraid right now? So you have to start building knowing you're going to have a year that is going to be crazy. Just believe it, just know it, and just put blinders on and ignore it.
There's going to be uncertainty and plow through it. Yep.
All right. Well, let's overcome that uncertainty by learning what this podcast is all about. Overnight. Trying to work with what I got here.
Because we get the notes a week ahead of time.
Right.
Of course. Yeah.
We barely got it before the show here. Okay. Overnight success isn't a label typically slapped on the heavy hitters in the real estate industry. In fact, some say that in any endeavor, overnight longing for success is a common obstacle to becoming successful.
That's an interesting thought, huh?
Well, and I like that because if you think of the people that we're servicing, the people that we're helping, real estate agents, that if we look at this, the stuff they have to get great at to dominate their industry costs them no money. No money. But people get bored and tired, right? Bruce Lee said it. People would go into karate studios. I want to learn this and this. And they said, no, it's 7 moves and it's repetitious boredom, thousands of times. Yeah. So that's where a realtor, they're not making any more objections. So there's no reason you can't get great at those and come back and you and I work on those. And I want to know 3 different ways: your presentation skills, your pauses, voice inflection. That costs no money.
Right. Well, we talked about this the other day. I think it was David Goggins said Success doesn't happen. It's not like a cup of water.
Oh, yes.
You fill up a cup of water. It's the daily dripping into the water glass that over time creates success. So it's truly a mindset. So the words long game, I love those two words. And the idea of thinking about overnight success as a detriment, don't use that mindset that's a detriment to your success. Think more long term and know that daily drips of water will get you there.
Overnight success is used by our guest speaker here, Gary Vaynerchuk, who says behind every overnight success story is someone who worked really, really hard. He
Probably
is
for a really long time.
Probably for a really long time, yes.
Right.
He is a proponent of business building as a long game. He suggests that a long-term thinking mentality will help us achieve genuine success and happiness. So let's take a look at some of the long-term strategies that agents can and should be using to be successful during this market shift. How about strategy number 1? Reach out and touch someone. No, that's not it. Remember that old commercial?
Reach out and touch someone.
That might get you in trouble. That commercial was PC years ago.
That was before everybody was all sensitive.
Right, now they're all sensitive. The commercials pulled. Yeah.
First strategy, reach out over and over and over. It's the real estate agent with a killer follow-up strategy that is a long-term thinker. Instead of constantly trying to drum up new business, he or she understands that the fortune is in the follow-up. More important is the consistent follow-up, not just for the first few months, but for the rest of your career in real estate.
And I love that because we've talked about it, and repetition is the mother of skill. So that he or she with the most systems in place wins the game. And in a shifting market, it's okay. Like any great, if you owned an oil change business, a restaurant, you're going to sit back and say, what of my marketing is working, what's not? We're going to pull some stuff and readjust. Always know that there's people buying and selling, to your point, on COVID, on Easter, on Christmas Day. There's closings. I mean, it's...
Right. I think we've lost or we're losing two virtues in this country. I can't speak for the world. And one would be patience and the other would be faith.
Right.
Put something in place that you believe in, some marketing in place that you believe in. Know that it's there, budget for it, keep it going, and then based on the science, the research, everything you've heard about it, knowing that it will succeed,
right.
Be patient and have faith.
Yeah.
And then get on with business at hand.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's very few get-rich-quick schemes out there that work.
Right.
Well, there are a lot of get-rich-slow schemes, but not quick necessarily. So despite this being a basic tenet of sales in any industry, too many agents feel that they lack sufficient time. They allow the nurturing of potential clients to fall to the bottom of the to-do list. Now, those who do pay attention to it will gain a competitive edge. All it takes is to find out that a former client listed his house with another agent before they forgot about you. And that way you'll understand the power of reaching out consistently to every person in your CRM. It's especially painful when it's your Aunt Mildred who lists with somebody else and she knows that you sell real estate.
Exactly. That's not only painful, but this happens every single day. And guess what? Every single realtor knows not to let this happen, to stay in touch. But guess what? Patience. They don't have patience to say, oh, I could send them a quarterly boom, 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 and when and if, because some people move within a year, some people move within 2, so it's not always the 7 to 9 year time frame.
Well, in a CRM, keeping a CRM up to date, current, checking it for things that maybe are getting a little dated or things that need to be changed in it, that's all hard work, right? That's like heading into your walk-in closet and realizing you need to organize and get rid of some stuff.
God,
that's hard work.
If you can walk into the walk-in closet, that's a plus. I've seen some walk-in closets where you can't walk into the walk-in closet.
Mine, you can kind of walk in, but not far.
Now you've got some real work. But, again, Gary Vaynerchuk said, behind every overnight success story is someone who worked really, really hard. The little stuff, I'm going to put together in Canva in an hour this postcard and throw it out at somebody, get it out there. Okay, that took you an hour. Just what degree of success are you expecting from something that you put an hour into?
Right.
Getting your CRN up and running, keeping it current, spending the continuous time
money.
on it.
Right.
It's hard work. Nobody wants to do hard work, right? But the hard work, when you do that, when you put those hours in time and time again, that the reward, I believe, it mirrors the time in. You know what I mean? What you get out of that will be so much greater.
Once you're organized and tight, these people know you, like you, and trust you.
Right.
So do that. And it's so interesting because if they walk around their office, probably 80 or 90% have not done that.
Right, because it's hard work.
Right.
But again, what kind of dividend are you looking for? The quick, I threw this postcard together or this brochure together. I'm going to hand it out at the next open house. It took me 2 hours. What kind of dividend do you think is going to pay on something that took you 2 hours versus something that's taking you continuous time? Maybe it's a half or an hour once a week to keep that CRM completely up to date, keep marketing going out in different targeted ways from that CRM, keep in contact.
Yep.
What kind of dividend will that pay? So start looking at hard work in a different way is what I say.
Well, and that's exactly what insurance people do. They build their book of business. It's what I play golf with a gentleman who's retired. He worked for Pepper Farms, whatever. He bought a business for $200,000. So they bought a book of business, a route, take care of these customers, and then worked it, made a bunch of money, and then sold it for a crazy amount 10 years later.
Wow.
So every other industry does this. This one doesn't.
Completely. Yeah, there's so many industries that's all about your CRM. And again, the people who get it, they're highly successful.
All right. So strategy number 1, reach out over and over and over. Strategy number 2, leave no lead behind. Apparently there's a saying, quote, internet leads suck.
Well, there's another saying that says stay in touch until they buy or die.
I like
They
that.
might both be true. I don't know. So the opinion that internet leads suck stems from the same drive to obtain the instant deal. Do yourself a favor and ask the champion cold caller in your office how many of her calls result in instant deals. The truth is, this person cold calls for leads. When he or she gets one, then the long game begins.
Yeah.
Those online leads may be the best you'll ever lay your hands on. These are the people who are actively looking at properties online. And because looking online for a home is the first step that most take, according to NAR studies, they probably don't have an agent. Vaynerchuk advises that your number one job is to tell your story to the consumer, wherever they are, and preferably at the moment they are deciding to make a purchase.
I love that. I'm reminded of that. There's an amazing book called Tell to Sell, and it was, and it's all about that. It talks about the most successful people. It's a story. Like, let's say they have a cause, a charity. Let's say they're starting a new business, right? Think about Crocs. Think about, tell the story. People love the story. They get into it.
Oh my gosh, they do. I think that's been one of the big successes of YouTube. You can go on there and fall down a rabbit hole of story after story. And
Good
once
point.
the algorithm figures out the stories, it's the dog and the military person meeting up after him being away a year.
Right.
Whatever they figure that algorithm of the story you like to hear, then they start feeding it to you. And then you're, 2 days later, you haven't eaten. Your eyes are all bloodshot. One more.
One more video.
It's all stories because
Right.
it's our humanity. We love stories.
And stories. Tony Robbins told us stories put people in a trance. He told us years
I
ago.
agree.
He told us years ago the best speaker back then when we promoted, he said, was Colin Powell. And I asked him why, and he said all Colin Powell does or did when he was on the circuit, he said all his, whether it's 45 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes, he said he just tells stories that make people feel proud about being who they are and in this country.
Yeah.
And you think,
Inspiring
wow.
stories.
Yeah.
That's our most
So
favorite.
that's all he had to do is sit down, and that's how he wrote his
Hey,
speeches.
that's what TV and movie, that's all it is. Story,
Yeah.
story, story,
Right,
story.
get you going for the next episode.
Yeah.
Now here's an uninspiring story.
Okay.
Which seems to be the topic of this of this narrative here.
Yeah, that we were given 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
You know those friends, or perhaps yourself, who pay monthly for a gym membership, you never show up, and then you complain that you're out of shape. Anyone like that out there?
I don't know anyone like
This
that.
time
no.
of year? No.
All right. Well, they're like the agents who have the leads but don't work them and then complain that the leads are weak. You should use this time while the real estate market is in flux to determine how you'll follow up with your leads and how often you'll reach out. And once you do that, set some consistent reminders so you keep reaching out. These are the steps that are necessary to win the long game. Now, your steps may number in the hundreds or they may number in the thousands, but rest assured, each and every one of those steps will better prepare you for that glorious and triumphant overnight success.
Exactly. And I love what you said. And I just wrote down here on the sheet, qualify 100% of the people 100% of the time. That's going to make you better as a salesperson. That's going to bring in more revenue. Beautiful. Well said.
This was a very easy podcast. There was only 2 steps to it.
And she didn't even...
Sometimes there's like 12.
Well,
and then we got...
Yeah. And sometimes there's trickery sometimes.
Right. Yeah, this is very simple.
No Betty Rubble in there.
Right.
It's
I mean, wow. So maybe...
It's my whole new outlook on life. I'm just like flowing with the river.
She's got a new vibe. She got a new vibe.
I'm so easygoing and
Not really, because you told Todd and I to wear blue in today, so we could all match. I don't know what that's all about.
no, it's not really.
Not really. Okay.
All right.
Who's the real with the really? So please stand up.
Right.
Yeah.
This is your New Year's resolution to be a new Lisa.
Yes.
Can we make a call?
No, like the new and improved Coca-Cola, right?
Yes.
Right.
Can we
Right.
give away some money, though?
If I recall right, nobody liked that new and improved. That's why they went back
Are
to
you guys going to
Coca-Cola
want classic Lisa? Last year's classic.
Yeah.
Lisa?
Right.
Should I go back?
Okay. Yes, we should make a call, Todd. In fact, I believe, Lisa, we had a fan.
Yes.
A fan, you know,
Huge
it's
fan.
a huge fan. In fact, she might be the new president, or the president of our
the fan
fan club. Just recently, the fan club broke up because the guy died.
Oh,
But-
boy. Okay.
Maybe this lady could help us out and create a new fan club for us.
That would be awesome.
She's not in real estate,
Right.
but she reached out to us because she
Yes.
wants to be on the show, and you
Yes.
came up with some brilliant things to discuss with her.
Correct. So we're going to have a nice conversation. We're going to change it up this particular call, and we're going to talk to a consumer who gets stuff in her mailbox, who gets leads in her phone, who gets emails, and find out from a consumer perspective, how do you like being marketed to, right? Because just like
Right.
all of us, we get marketed, and we're talking to someone who doesn't work in our industry. So that way we're getting fresh, totally fresh.
Well, and you know, this is a great little point for any of the realtors listening. And you've, I'm sure, listened when we've called out to different agents and talked to them on the phone. We always say their name, how to get in contact with them. Just keep in mind, people other than agents will end up listening to the show. However they come about it,
Right.
whether it's on YouTube or a podcast, they're coming across it. Clearly, that's what happened with this individual. So, hey, might as well get your name out in front of another person. So keep that in mind and consider being on our show.
Right, because we're going to bring you up where you're from and a phone number. And guess what? Referrals could happen. So, so being on the show, you know, you could have that use that podcast,
Right.
put it on your Facebook, right? I mean, there's a lot-
or you never know, somebody could listen in your area who's not an agent,
Right.
hear your name on the show, hear you talking about how you market and reach out to you. It's just another form of branding and getting your
Exactly.
name out there. And we have in our show notes,
Mm-hmm.
wherever we are, we've got our contact information. You can always email me and say, hey, I'd love to be on the show.
Right.
And just to win a prize, you don't have to be on the show and do, you know, a dissertation.
a secret, by the way,
You don't have to
we
do
make
a
sure
TED
everybody
Talk.
wins.
Yes, we do. Sometimes it's really hard. We're going to
Sometimes
And somebody, it is sometimes. Who are we calling?
Julie. So
Julie.
We're gonna call
Here we go.
All right, calling Julie.
Don't freeze up on us. Answer the phone.
Right. There's no takebacks now. You said you wanted to be on. We canceled all the real estate agents
Correct.
who wanted to call today.
Right.
And we're calling Julie. All right. Hello, is this Julie?
This sure is Julie. How
hello.
are you?
Hello, Jim and Todd and Lisa with the Take a Listing Today podcast.
Oh,
Great to hear your voice. Great to hear your voice.
It's great to hear you all. It's good to talk to you. I'm ready. What you doing?
She's ready.
She's ready.
Most don't come in this hot. This is impressive.
Right. Most people are like, who's this? What?
Yeah, wait a
Where are you
minute.
going?
I got a doctor's appointment.
I'm always ready.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
Well, we're going to make you in charge of our fan club because apparently you just want to be on the show, which is awesome. You're not in real estate. But we do have some questions to ask you as a consumer out there pertaining to perhaps real estate marketing.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great. I'd love to hear that.
So, Julie, we were talking, and we just have a couple of questions. We'll have some fun and then give you a chance to win some money if you put your thinking cap on.
Yay.
So, as a consumer, and you're not in the business, so how much marketing do you get in your mailbox? And if you guys were going to buy or sell, how do you like to get marketed? Is it mailbox? Is it Facebook? Is it what's your preference? What is too little or too much?
I think by mail is number one because Facebook ads I really don't click on and I ignore them because sometimes they go to weird links and there's security issues, so I do not click on that. The bigger postcards are really nice, but any postcard that shows the agent's face gives that information and they're in my area. That's usually what I look at. That's what I would trust more. And then I could call who I want. And I get probably 2 to 3 a week from different real estate agents.
Calls?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But we're not looking at selling right now. But if so, I've actually, when friends had a question about someone or if I knew someone, I have actually given them information on a card that I did receive.
Wow. So you actually referred an agent to a person because you received a postcard from that agent in the mail.
Wow.
Exactly.
Interesting.
How long does an agent mail to you before they disappear? Like, do you get? Do you have anybody who's doing it consistently for a whole year, or do you see like 3
every month?
mailings
Right.
and then they drop off and then somebody new shows up?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Right. But sometimes when those postcards are bigger, I've received like
like panoramic or something, okay.
a card on the door, like a business card, and I toss those.
Oh, door hanger.
Anybody can pass those out. Yeah, the door hanger, I've had that. That's good. And what's good about the door hangers and that postcard, the bigger ones that come in the mail, I can keep those, and I've actually kept a couple of them. And that's how I referred a friend of mine. I said, well, I received this,
Beautiful.
Hey, Julie, what made you choose certain ones to keep? What was the content on there that impressed you enough that you thought, I'm going to keep this one?
The projected sales, how much they've done.
Okay.
Nice.
Like neighborhood
Sometimes I'll look to
stats.
see what their ratings
Okay.
are. And believe it or not, actually a lot, it sounds silly. I am a professional. I'm an RN.
Oh, nice.
Seeing their picture. If it's a professional picture and looks really good, some of them just from the picture, I'd be like, I'm not sure about that one.
We've actually done a show. We've actually done a full podcast on the show just because of what you said.
On photos, yeah.
Yes, that photo needs to be right. Here you have an amazing marketing piece, and the photo's like small or old or 1980s or something.
Right, and you don't have to
Right.
spend thousands of dollars to get professional photos, but at least make sure it's high res, it's current.
Oh, right. And with today's cell phones, I've had, in fact, my picture is done just from actually my daughter or a friend that's taken a nice closer up. And some of them, you're right, they look like they're from the 80s. The other thing is when you would ever meet with them, they don't look like what the photo
Yes,
was.
yes. The old bait
That
and
would
switch.
put
The old glamour shots
was
photo.
Right.
that would put the hair on my neck a little up there, a little nerve-wracking,
You know it's not good when you
professional.
it's not good when you meet with somebody and you say, "Whoa, what happened to you?"
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I'd probably be concerned about, is this really the person? It doesn't look like the photo.
Well, it's a trust building exercise, and
It
that
is.
first impression is so crucial, right? You don't know the person yet, so it's one of the little pieces of the puzzle. They've got this photo. You show up. Now, we're not saying you dyed your hair red and it was a darker blonde and now you got to get a whole new photo. But if the photo's from 10 years ago and you've got that on there, and
Absolutely.
then the person shows up, then you begin to wonder about a lot of things. Are they disorganized in other things they're doing? Are they keeping current in other areas that are important? What will
Right.
my home marketing
Right.
look like if they do it?
Well,
Yeah.
and how professional are they if they
Yeah.
can't keep that up,
Right.
The
Something
other
as simple
thing-
as a photo.
Jim, I think,
The other thing
Julie.
is with phishing scams out there.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying to Jim as he's getting settled down in his VIP chair over there. She's been such a great.
Oh, your chair was
I've been
more
upgraded to a
special.
VIP chair as
Do you
well.
Oh
have
yeah.
Is yours like heated
Wow.
or air conditioned?
No, you get that.
Julie, we go off the
Well,
rails.
air
We go off the rails sometimes,
conditioning,
as you can see. I say she's been a trooper. Let's give her a chance to win some money.
Very helpful, I think. Hopefully agents have taken some insight from what she said.
Let's do that. I'm guessing that Julie, being not in real estate, maybe you don't need a Prospects Plus gift card. Maybe we get her like a McDonald's gift certificate, or how about
Not
Anything
McDonald's.
off the
not
dollar
Not
menu.
McDonald's. It's got a health
Right.
Okay,
smoothies.
Taco Bell.
Tropical smoothie.
Tropical smoothie.
Oh, I love tropical smoothie.
Okay.
And it's healthy.
Okay.
I am a nurse, you know.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
that's
I'm a
true. Oh, okay.
So tropical
we were
smoothies
gonna
on the
get
good
you
list.
a carton of cigarettes, but okay.
Oh, Lord.
I don't think
I've
she could.
taken care of too many of those.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I got a crazy doctor, Julie. He told me if I wanted to stop chewing gum, I should start smoking.
Very.
Yeah. By the way, he writes his own jokes.
There's a little delay in the
I
phone
find
system there. I
another
think.
doctor.
Well, Julie, since you decided to be a victim today, we do have a Take a Listing Today podcast question for you. We made it very easy, and since you're a fan of the show, you know I will read you the question and then give you 3 possible answers, and you just tell me the correct answer.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
You've got this.
Let's see how you do. Put your thinking cap on, and here is your question.
Tropical
All
smoothie.
right.
Tropical smoothie or top ramen. Okay.
Like Roman noodles?
If
What?
she loses, she's not gonna have tropical smoothie.
That was college. Roman numerals.
Oh, like those, like the packs that cost like 15 cents or something.
The stuff that Troy used to eat before we got
A
my job
year's
here.
supply.
or just crunchy if you don't put the water in it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Snack.
Here's your question.
You guys are pretty funny. You guys should have a big regular radio show.
I
Really?
agree.
Yeah,
we'll do that next year.
We
That'll
barely get paid enough to do this
Yeah.
podcast show, actually. So
We're not that funny. The three of us just think each other's funny.
we
so
think
that's
we're
how
funny, and then everybody
But now
else
we
thinks,
have
well, it
another
must have been
person.
funny.
That's why she's a
She thinks we're
president.
funny.
Yeah.
President of our fan club.
Maybe we'll
Yeah.
have you on our show more often, Julie.
Yeah,
Okay.
once a quarter, okay? Just keep our self-esteem up.
Yeah.
All right. Your question. Chlorophobia is the fear of what? Is it A, dating, B, dining, or C, dancing?
Chlorophobia?
What word?
Chlorophobia.
What word?
That doesn't sound fair, does it, Lisa?
And we don't do repeats.
I thought
so
it'd be like a plant or something.
Right.
Dating, dancing, or diving? Is that what it looks like?
chlorophobia. Dating, fear of dating, dining, or dancing.
Dating, dining.
Oh, a fear of.
Flora.
Okay, what was the first one? What?
Dating,
Eating.
or dining, or dancing.
Some people don't like to dance at, the high school. They stayed against the wall and waited.
Some people don't like to dine, especially Taco Bell.
Right. Because it's in the meat. Yeah.
Some people don't like to date. You know, you get the pictures on your phone now, and then when she shows up, you say, "Whoa, what happened to you?"
And then you
Oh,
develop
my
a
God.
phobia.
Right?
Hey.
Okay, she's had time to think, and
No, I'm gonna have to guess. It's dinner, dining, and what?
Dinner and dining is the same thing.
dinner, dancing, driving, and
Dating. It's dating. Driving is not in there.
Dinner or
You know what? Let's add that. Dating, dining, dancing, driving, drugging.
I'll take dancing.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're gonna take dancing,
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
like it, but I don't know.
right?
Oh no.
Be good to her.
Is dancing the correct answer?
Oh, she won! Julie!
I think she had just enough time to look that up on her computer.
Wow. You know what?
She was stalling. That's why she kept saying, wait, what are the answers?
Uh-huh.
Was she stalling?
No.
I think we just got suckered.
Yeah, we did.
That's it, ramen.
She was buying
Ramen.
time.
Yeah.
Buying time. That was very smart.
Ramen. She gets ramen. A year
Wow.
of
I
ramen.
get I wouldn't see.
No.
Todd, what's Julie win?
Julie, you're in for a treat. You get a $100 gift card to one of your favorite restaurants, tropical smoothie, and some swag from the
a lot of
Take a
smoothies.
Listing Today
Hey, that's
podcast.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we'd like to be invited too.
Well, yeah. Could you?
All
yeah,
right.
that is a lot.
And
That's a
I
lot of
don't
smoothie.
have that.
Could
I
you-
don't have that chlorophobia, so
She'd
we'll
take
go out
her
to-
husband out to dinner.
No, she'll take us out.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, actually, that's a good
Can you
idea.
eat dinner at a Smoothie King?
Yes.
Is it a liquid dinner?
It's not
Yeah,
a
liquid
Smoothie
dinner.
King. It's tropical smoothie. They have incredible things, right, Julie?
Yeah, but they have sandwiches too. by the way. Very
Sandwiches.
healthy.
Oh, hook me up with a roast beef sandwich while you drink your smoothie. Perfect.
There you go.
All right, Julie, thank you for
Thank
being
you.
on the show today. We appreciate you reaching
Oh,
out
you
to
guys
us.
are so welcome. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
And if you
Julie.
need a nurse, let me know.
You are wonderful. Thanks for being on. Have a great day.
You'll be the first person we call. We're not going to call 911. We'll just call her.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. We totally got suckered there.
She was buying time.
She was buying
She
time.
kept asking. It's only 3 answers, and she asked over and over.
I was guessing
as
dining.
she's typing on her phone.
Yeah, we're not going to do that deal again.
I was thinking dining could be the only logical thing, right? Because, utensils and
Food. Yeah, from now on, we're calling people, we're getting people off guard, so that way they don't know what's going on. Well, thank you for joining us today for the Take a Listing Today podcast, and hopefully you learned how to use the industry ship. Yeah, go ahead and go. I can wrap up. You in a hurry?
I'll play a cowboy.
Where are you going to get some ramen or something?
Right.
What's happening?
He's going back to get a green
I was so
smoothie.
excited that Julie won. I thought, okay, she won. I'm going to go join her at Tropical Smoothie. I'm going to find out where she's going.
You just had to have a smoothie after all that.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.